Welcome to this episode of A Real Change TV. Hey, it's Sandi Krakowski. Listen, today's episode is going to be very personal and from my heart to yours. I'm going to address a topic that not too many gurus and trainers address, and unfortunately many of them don't address it because they are absolutely in bondage to it. It is the topic of unhealthy competition. I recently posted something on my Facebook page about a week and a half ago where I said that if we are always seeking to beat this competitor and be better than that competitor and rob that market and go do this and go do that better than the other one, our goals have actually shrunk. They're much smaller than they should be. My friends, all of you, I realize, are entrepreneurs, and you're designed and knitted together by God to be competitive. However, unhealthy competition will absolutely lay you flat, make you small, put you into another type of bondage if you're not careful, and that's called entitlement. Competition in the marketplace is going to be necessary because you want to deliver something that's going to create a better result, say for an urgent pressing problem. Unhealthy competition is when it begins to cannibalize you and your desires so that all you're focusing on is, did I do better than that person? Did I beat that person? Did I do this? Did I do that? The more demon is what I'm going to call it, that is absolutely destroying some new business owners and even some old-time business owners. PJ McClure and I are very passionate in our coaching programs about creating not only your best business, but your best life. An unhealthy competition is not something that's going to help you propel you forward, but it's actually going to be holding you back. PJ and I are going to be hosting a webinar later in probably the end of November after we release our 2013 coaching program dates. By the way, mark this down. What is the date? It is Monday, November 5th, I believe it is. See, we're just across the kitchen table here, you and me, and we're talking together. So Monday, November 5th at 7 p.m., write down, that's when we are releasing our 2013 Best Business, Best Life coaching program. Later in the month, we're going to do a 1-hour call where we talk about unhealthy competition and how to keep yourself from being derailed, going forward with your time management and your goal setting, and really reaching your goals. You see, unhealthy competition, however, becomes when it's never enough. When no matter what you do, you always have to go further. It's really bringing God out of the equation and becoming a very selfish pursuit. And if we're not careful, unhealthy competition is going to lead us into a realm that is absolutely destructive and toxic. And it's called entitlement. Entitlement is when we believe we are entitled to something. We see this all over the world with a victim mindset, and it creates horrific destruction. With business owners, I see it when they believe they are entitled to acknowledgement, maybe if they help someone be successful, or they're entitled to somebody always making sure that they get this positioning or this place because of what they've accomplished, where they believe that they are entitled, that no matter what, they must be at the forefront. The absolute root of that is insecurity, my friends. Unhealthy competition, entitlement are absolutely rooted in somebody who really doesn't know who they are. They don't know who their God is, and because of that, they have to elevate themselves to a place that's very difficult and very unhealthy to uphold. And so I wanted to take today's episode, I'm really putting a risk out there with this, by having a heart-to-heart with you and sharing with you a few tips that will help you to stay away from unhealthy competition and entitlement. Number one, always make sure that you realize a principle of wealth is there's always enough to go around. You don't have to be the top person everywhere, consuming everything so that everybody else is below you in order for you to win. Always leave some on the table for the next guy is not an impoverished mindset, but it's a wealth principle. It's why the more wealthy you get, you see people connecting with other people, bringing other people on their stages, enlarging their wealth circle, and it's an evidence of wealth. A sign of poverty, even though it might be attached to, say, a millionaire or somebody who says they are, is somebody who they're always the almighty person, the only one has to be on top. That comes from insecurity, my friends. So the first thing to stay away from unhealthy competition is always remember, there's always enough to go around. Number 2, always remember as well, competition that is healthy is to help you be your personal best. But always be willing to admit where maybe you're weak or you're not doing a great job, to focus on your masteries and give yourself grace. Unhealthy competition comes in when we actually even become violent in our competing with ourselves. So I want you to become one of your best encouragers instead of you're the person who's always slicing and dicing you apart. And number 3, to stay away from unhealthy competition and entitlement, always make sure that you're growing spiritually as much as you are growing in your business. All of you know that I love God, and the Lord Jesus Christ is my personal King. He is the one who's completely changed my life and really is very responsible for everything that I do today. I always want to make sure that I give Him the glory and Him the precedence in what I do. Not to mention, as you grow in your business, no matter where you get, you'll always have that part of you that needs tending, that needs that spiritual coaching, that in order for you to grow with the things in the natural, your spiritual man is also growing. I need coaches around me who align with my spiritual principle. I need people around me, coaches who aren't doing unhealthy competition in their own business, who aren't acting entitled in their own life. And I want a circle of influence, a circle of customers who are doing the same. That's why at A Real Change, we believe that we are delivering more than just a real change in business, but we're delivering a real change in how people do life as well. So I hope this personal message serves you. I hope that it touches you from my heart to yours, and that I can be a part in your life of helping you stay away from unhealthy competition and entitlement. Remember to write it down, November 5th. At 7 p.m. when PJ and I are releasing the 2013 Best Business Coaching Program. We've got all kinds of new classes, all kinds of new masterminds, all kinds of new things for every level for people to get engaged with. And then later in the month, we're hosting a 1-hour free, no obligation webinar for you as well on how to stay away from unhealthy competition. I love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.